and welcome back to my December album process videos. Today we're going to be covering days 13, 14, and 15. And I'm just going to show you what this looks like here in my book before we get started. So remember, if you have been following along at all, we finished obviously with day 12. And on the back of day 12, I'm going to be putting journaling for this story over here, which is going to be day 13. Day 13 is going to be about a 6x4 page. It's actually a little bigger because I wanted this to be 6x4 out here, but I want to be able to still punch holes in the card itself and add it to the album without it being too short. And you'll see what I mean as we get that. Okay, day 14, I'm utilizing an element that is pre-made, and I was following along, as you may already know, in Ali Edwards' product Play 3 class, and that's where this comes from, and I'm going to use it for day 14 to tell that story. And then day 15, I'm going to repeat an element, and that is using these, what is it, 12 pocket, 16 pocket page protector, 2-inch little pockets to tell a lot of stories. And it's kind of, I like to utilize these pockets for the around here kind of stories. And in any of my mini albums, I'm almost always repeating elements. And actually, this is the only mini album that I don't repeat that many elements. But for this story, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, like I said, for day 13, I will be using a half page, so it's about right around 6x4. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of make this sort of a scrapbook non-photo page, and then the photo is going to live over here. And even though you're turning it, the story is going to be right here. And I'm actually just going to be okay with that. I am learning through this process, and especially wanting to share what I am doing with you guys. I'm learning to not overthink so many things. And so this is an exercise in just that. This is going to be as kind of broken down like this. I'm going to be using the Cardstock stickers. This is a 12 by 12 sheet from Heidi Swapp Winter Wonderland. You can tell it's well loved. I've used quite a bit of this already. And I'm going to use this as my main element. Now, the story here is a party. It's my sister's birthday party. I know. Who has a birthday in December? Well, my sister has a birthday right halfway in the month of December. So we almost always have a party. And while there are a lot of great photos that we took at this party on the 13th, I decided, my nephew caught this of her and I, and I'm really happy with it. And we're actually really bad about getting photos taken together. So I knew when I saw this, I'm like, okay, I know exactly what I'm going to do for this day. It's just going to be just her and I and the story of celebrating her birthday. So we're just going to put this front page together. Now, my book is getting a little bulky, and I'm actually just really okay with that. I really don't mind at all. And some things I'll probably go back and, all right, I took that off. And maybe I'll tone it down a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. I always say that. And I really just, after the month is done, I end up just letting the whole album just rest for a while. I'm kind of done spending time in it, and I might come back to it later on and maybe change some things out and lessen the bulk, but I kind of doubt it. What I want to do here is I just wanted to add some elements that we're going to give it a little bit of height. For that, I'm going to use a glue gun to just add some of, this is from the ephemera, and I like to just go in here and just have barely any hot glue on the very tip of the element so that it can have some height and not be flat. I'm a little religious about it not being flat. I love the floral die cut pieces. I love these when they're included in an ephemera set. They are just beautiful pieces to add in and around other elements. I'm going to see maybe if I have one more that I want to have here. I'm not sure I want that one. I know I'm also going to be adding in, I think I'm going to use that. I'm also going to add in some of the gold puffy hearts. This is from Color Fresh. I've been using this quite a bit throughout the book. And these are, can you see how great those are? It's kind of hard to see them when they're on the page. Great words. I have found it to be just really ideal for this kind of album. I'm glad I thought of it and pull it in. The gold is playing nicely with the gold that's in the ephemera from Winter Wonderland. Okay, so this is how simple this is going to be. I'm going to just add a couple hearts in here, probably a little bit of washi tape. I'm hoping this looks festive enough for what I want this to do for us here. Okay, I'm gonna add, let's see if I like this. Yeah, I think I do. Just want to add a little swatch there. What I'm going to do over here is, you see I have this red and white paper, and I think, well, I'm either going to do this, or I'm going to come down here with washi tape. I just want to reinforce where the holes are going to go so that I don't tear those out. And I actually think I like this better. So all I'm doing is just adding washi tape to the edge here before I punch the holes for sitting it inside the book. So I'm just going to trim that out, punch holes, and it will be ready to go. Okay, you guys, so I added the washi tape on here and I punched my holes. And you guys, I've been using this We Are Memory Keepers Power Punch. It's a 1/4 inch hole, and I love this punch so much. I should have had it sooner, but I have to shout that out. There's a link below if you want to check that out. This then goes easily on, and I realized too, I'm going to have to go back and add some holes, which will be okay. I think that's going to be okay. I thought I made it wide enough. No, you know what? I'm going to do this right here. I'm going to put it over here so the holes, I don't really want to punch to the photo. I'd be okay if I had to, but I'd rather not if I don't have to. So I'm just going to add this photo to the back of my little 4x6 scrapbook page. And then the ephemera also includes these photo corners, and I want to put them in place as well. I'm going to call this page good. So this will be day 13, and after these are added, day 13 will be done. All right, day 13 is in my book, and that is done. So again, with these pre-made pages, when these are already pre-done, it's just as simple as adding a photo and adding the journaling. And so I have already used the template to create a photo that's the same size as this hexagon shape. Again, all these templates, all the instructions are available in Allie Edwards' class. Just going to add this to its space. I decided to have the photo at the front. It'd help if I have it the right way, right? I added in this little paper tab just to have easy access, and all that's going to be inside are embellishments. There's the option, obviously, to put additional photos in here or to put your journaling in here. And just the way this day worked out, I decided the photo is going to be on the front and the journaling will be on the back. I'm going to put it in place and then finish trimming it off because I want it to be the same dimensions as the hexagon. So that is all I'm going to do here, and add a 15, or I'm sorry, we're on page 14, day 14. I'm going to add a day 14 to my page, and this will then be finished. All right, to finish this page, now that I have it trimmed out to the hexagon, I'm going to add the numbers. I keep wanting to add 15 to this day. I don't even know why. All right, now to actually have it live in the book, I have here this 3-up page protector. I'm going to cut the top off because I only want the bottom, and I decided I wasn't going to have any more photos go in the top. So I just need to have this pocket to hold this element in place. So that's what's going to happen now. So then we're left with this. I need to kind of clean this up a little bit. We're left with basically a 6x4 pocket. It's actually a little bit larger than that. What I'm going to do next is size up a piece of vellum to fit inside of here. And that way the hexagon interactive piece has a place to be anchored and to sit, and it's not going to just completely flop around. So let's see how this works out. I'm just going to trim this guy up, my little crop marks. So this goes in here. Then it's going to go on this side. And you know what I probably should have done is had the journaling sit here. You could still read it, but I think it would have been a little better had it had a chance to sit on the outside. So we're just going to make this work. This is that whole overthinking. You can, I could have taken extra time to have thought this through, and then maybe I could have avoided what happened. It's not a terrible situation, but you just kind of forced, okay, well, that's how this is going to go. We're not going to change it, and it's going to be okay. The next thing I want to do, because I don't want this to pull out, I'm going to come up here with the tiny attacher. Well, I have a mini stapler here, and attach that into place and call this page done. Does this reach? It does. And what I ended up having now, I have a series of these smaller pages, which is kind of fun to have these different size pages in your mini album, and plus a super interactive piece and the journaling on the back. All right, now we're ready to do day 15. All right, as I explained previously, day 15 is another around here look at home life and just some of the things that are happening here at home. Not any one particular story, so it's a great opportunity to use these 2x2 pockets and put several little stories in here. And this is just a look at what Sundays look like around here, and sort of just an overview. And when you use a series of photos instead of one particular photo, I have examples in here. We just did one earlier of just a single photo telling a whole story. I enjoy then having several photos come in and tell a lot of different stories as well. And I'm not really actually sure which is my favorite when it comes to these. This is one of my favorite. You saw I used the puffy gold home sticker from Color Fresh. I'm actually going to just leave that there and not add anything else to this page. And all the while, I think I will then just come in with some other embellishments and not add a whole lot here, and just let these pictures tell the story. So I'm going to kind of fiddle with this for a little bit. Remember previously, I believe I want to say it was day 3 or 4. And when I used this page protector, then I would add the stories to the back. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So there's a lot of emphasis on the front page. And then there's space on the back to handwrite or to go ahead and type in 2x2 format and just add to the back of the photos. And that way that's still, when you have it in your book, you've still got something speaking for you here on this side. And obviously the story is right there. So I'm going to finish up a little bit of the embellishment, and I'll show you how this page came about. Okay, you guys, I have most of this in place. And what I wanted to show you, I don't think I've done this technique yet in this series of videos. So on the top square here for the numbers, I have these double sticky foam numbers and letters. There's both, but I'm using the numbers obviously for day 15. These are from Heidi Swapp. And what you can do, the top part of this peels off, and I'm going to use a piece of mink, and you can use any color mink to create any color of foiled accent, whether you're using the numbers or the letters to spell a word. And so I want to show you how this works. So very carefully, you want to peel off the top sticker. Like I said, they're double stickers, so there's a sticky part on the bottom with a backer. So I've already peeled that off and applied the sticker to my page. And then we're just going to pull the 15 here. Okay, so now that all of that top sticky is exposed, you don't even have to use a mink machine. You just lay the foil with the foil shiny side up, and you just rub over the sticky, and the adhesive pulls the foil from the foil sheet. And then the idea here was that this 15 was going to kind of match up with the puffy sticker home that I added here on these windows. So I realize this is a windowed or a pocket or squared page protector here, but I just actually literally treated it like a scrapbook page. So can you see that? Can you see the shine on the 15, I hope? Kind of fun, huh? And like I said, you can use that with any of the foil colors. I wanted to have another word on this page, so I found this vellum fa la la that is in the ephemera. So it's going to slip right into this pocket here. I like having just sort of this festive word. And I've added another piece of floral die cut from the ephemera. And then down here, I added a Tim Holtz word. I'm going to add in family. And I'm just popping these right on top of the window. I keep saying window, but you know what I'm saying, the clear part of this page protector. Okay, and I'm just going to kind of pull up the edges here on this heart and add it right here. And like I said, the journaling is going to be behind these photos, and that way the stories will be told. And so for this part of my book, here, let me pull that heart right back up. Okay, so for this part of the book, we have in place day 13, day 14, and day 15. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. And I'll be here again with the next segment of pages. If you have any questions, please leave your comments. I've appreciated your comments so far and glad you're enjoying these videos, and I will see you next time.